That's right. The title doesn't deceive you. I think it's about time I owe a formal apology for all my shenanigans that I've been pulling for the past little while I've been on the internet. And that is to say, I apologize to Xbox, of all companies. Yes, Xbox. I'm sorry. I did not know that you were built like this. To say that people were concerned about Xbox's latest CEO is an understatement. A lot of people were very concerned about Asha coming into power at Xbox. Asha Sharma, there we go. Didn't want to butcher the name too much. Asha Sharma. A lot of people were very temptatious to her coming into power. Now we've already been getting fucked over by Phil Spencer for a while now, so it was only a matter of time before Xbox booted him out the way and hired a new person. And if we all know, Xbox's brand has been going down the pits for a long time now. However, Asha is surprisingly doing some smart things and possibly may have proven all of Xbox's haters, especially me, wrong. Now, of course, I've never claimed myself to be perfect. I love when people challenge my ideas. I love when people challenge my thoughts and critical thinking and how can I say this? Criticisms almost. I love when people challenge me. It's a joy. I love to admit when I'm wrong even. I do believe that I have a good judgment of character and people and ideas, but of course I'm human and I don't get things always right. And I was for sure for a long time that Xbox's fate had already been sealed. It was going down the pits since 2013. There were some bright spots between there, but Xbox as a brand, to me personally, has always just failed me. It just always just never stuck out to me. Like I enjoyed the 360 era. It did a lot of great things. Being able to have voice chat being a thing like on modern consoles. The fact that we have backwards compatibility. We had PC games that were being ported to the consoles. There were many things that Xbox did for the gaming industry that cannot be understated. Xbox has done a lot of great things for the industry. But PlayStation's dominance is so much, and Nintendo's dominance is so much that it is very hard to root for the brand almost. The only thing that's been keeping Xbox afloat besides them being owned by Microsoft is the fact that they had like Halo and shit. But other than that, I mean, Microsoft was really the only thing that was holding the glue together that was Xbox. And when Microsoft started doing all these wacky things and just started buying out companies and not making money off of them and raising the prices on Game Pass, y'all have heard me, LARPing about that in the past and yapping and shit. And then they buy out all these companies. They do the trillion-billion-dollar deal with Activision. It's all this wasting money but not making money thing that happened. And Xbox profits probably went down. I haven't seen the margins. I haven't seen the charts. But I'm just saying, just from looking from an outsider's perspective, inside, dude, Xbox must have been losing a hell of a lot of money. So it was time to change the guard. It was time to kick the old people out and hire some new people, right? Well, when Asha came into power, we learned a few things. One, she wasn't a gamer. What? What? I didn't make a video about this, but I think I did talk about it on Twitter. It was very strange to not have a gamer be in charge of one of the biggest gaming publishers and video game console manufacturers in the world. It was very concerning hiring somebody who had no experience within that field. However, to say that Asha proved us wrong, she did. She actually did. She started educating herself. And since her introduction, she has made a lot of great decisions about Xbox. And I think one of the massive ones that they did was bringing back console exclusivity. Now, let me get this straight, okay? Let me sit you down, okay? Don't click off yet. Listen. We can all agree that the console debates and console wars are childish. They are. They are worn out, tired conversations that most people want to get away from. Okay? It is an objective fact. Okay? It is not an opinion. Okay? This isn't Binky's Facts and Opinions. Okay? It is and will forever be an objective fact that PC games, to most people, run better, and PC gaming allows for more freedom. Consoles are controlled. They are lower power, which means they're lower graphically powered. Okay. The only thing that consoles have ever had is exclusivity. That was the only thing that consoles have ever had. And physical media. Now, I stand with the physical media stands, okay? I do. I love physical media. That's why I continue to play on a console, but also play on PC gaming. But you would never catch a guy like me personally saying that consoles are objectively better than PC gaming. You are literally wrong. You can say you prefer a console. You can say a console is more simplistic. You can say a console is where all your stuff is at. That's fine. I get all those arguments. I do. But you can't just argue You can't just argue facts with opinions. You just can't. You never can. So, with that being said, yes, I do not agree that console exclusives are a good thing. I wish everybody had access to every game. But unfortunately, the world that we live in, people love competition. And when you are a console manufacturer, the main thing that you can sell your console on, it's been a tried and true testament since back in the day with the Nintendo and the Sega Genesis with Sonic and Mario, is that the only way that you can sell a console to most normies is by having exclusive games. So, I do like the fact that they made the newest Gears of War exclusive to Xboxes and PC. I don't know why they did that, but I am glad to see that they are now focusing on exclusives again. This is a step in the right direction. Is it a step in the direction that I agree with? No, of course not. So I'm kind of a hypocrite here. But it is going to bring back that competitiveness that Xbox needs in order to get back into the industry, to get back at PlayStation, to get back at Nintendo. That is a good strategy to do that. So in that situation, with that context in mind, I do think that she made a good decision there. Is it weird that the Master Chief, that Halo, the remake, is still coming out on PlayStation? Yeah, of course. I still cannot believe that I can boot up a PlayStation 5 and see Master Chief on a PlayStation Store. It is unreal. Okay, that's like seeing Ratchet and Clank on Xbox or God forbid Kratos. You know what I mean? That shit don't happen, right? But Xbox, of course, is owned by Microsoft, which means they have a trillion, bajillion Disney fucking dollars worth of money, so they can do whatever the fuck they want. So, do I think Xbox is going to survive? I actually want them to. If you can quote me on this, you can go back, you can check the receipts. I have never preyed on Xbox's downfall. Like, I have criticized them a lot in the past, but I do not believe that Xbox should just go away outright. I just do not believe that, okay? I have lost faith in Xbox for a long time, and it will take like a massive change for them to ever gain my respect and confidence again. But is this a good direction? Yes. Is this lady already doing stuff better than Phil Spencer? Whoa. Oh yeah, of course. Phil Spencer was a problem. If you don't know, Phil Spencer was the guy that was pushing for Xbox to be on everything and be nothing all at the same time. That's not a good business strategy. I'm just saying. I'm not a CEO. Okay, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a businessman. Well, kind of. Actually, I am. That's not a good business decision, personally. You're not supposed to bend the knee to your competition. You're supposed to compete in the competition. And that's one thing that Asha understands. So that Xbox is competing again, we might actually see the continued future of consoles, and we will not have a monopoly. PlayStation or Nintendo will not have a monopoly over the console area of the video game industry. That is a good thing. Competition is a good thing. I can't believe that there's people who are going around and yapping about this as if it's a good thing when Xbox was going down the shithole. I mean, yeah, I yapped about it, but I yapped about it in a more sad way because I wanted Xbox to be more than that. Of course, if PlayStation was doing the same thing, I would be LARPing about that shit. I don't want to see competition failing. I want competition to be succeeding. Because the more that these companies decide they want to compete, we win as consumers. That is a good thing. That is the point of competition. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean you have to be a loser and get on the internet and talk shit about lame or monotonous things. But it does mean that your company that you root for can finally do some good or change some things that you may have had problems with for a long time. That's food for thought. So overall, yeah, I owe Xbox an apology. I do. I owe Xbox a sincere apology. Okay, I apologize. I did not know your game. You know what I mean? I had lost faith, and I was a ye olden Xbox head, and I had that ship had sailed so many years ago, and I was just closing my eyes in blissful ignorance and, just watching a company fall apart and being sad because nobody wants to see their favorite gaming companies, studios, and all these massive layoffs and all these negative things that a lot of these publishers and news articles and shit don't talk about. It's a sad thing. So I hope Xbox continues to push forward with their whole backwards compatibility program. I hope that they continue to make consoles. I hope they keep making Halo games be exclusive on Xboxes and PC. If y'all want to keep doing the PC thing, that's fine. It's more understandable for an Xbox game to be on PC than it is a PlayStation or Nintendo game, mainly because Xbox is owned by Microsoft. So, get it being ported to the Microsoft store, just getting backported to the Microsoft store, that's not really nothing out of the ordinary for a person like me. Xbox has been backporting their games to PC for a long time now, so it's pretty normal at this point. PlayStation actually did the opposite, and I might talk about that in a future video about how they actually pulled out of PC ports and are now doing console exclusive games, which I think is a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. It's a weird conversation because I want gaming to be inclusive. I want gaming to be for everybody, not in the sense of like the game design itself, but being available. I want gaming to be available across all platforms. I don't want that, that whole exclusive now. None of that bullshit. I just want gaming to be on all platforms so that everybody can enjoy every game that comes out. Because it is true that if your game is worth to snuff, if it's up to par, then it being exclusive wouldn't matter. It would still sell more, and that is a truth. However, we all know that if that were to happen, PlayStation and Xbox would slowly go down the shitter, and Nintendo would never bend the knee to that. You would see donkeys flying before you would see Nintendo dropping a PC port. That doesn't happen in this industry. It just does not happen. So, with Nintendo being as greedy and as stingy as always, and PlayStation following up right behind them with Xbox slowly slugging along, I think the console industry isn't going anywhere anytime soon, but it's a shame. We were this close. We were this close to having, everything be under one thing, But, let's be honest, consoles wouldn't survive if it wasn't for the brand loyalty idiots and the console exclusives. That's just the truth. Yeah, some consoles are affordable, but man, it's shit. With everything that's getting so high priced nowadays, man, I don't know. Listen. Being real here for a second. Turning off the character. I'm just being me. Well, I'm always me. But listen to me. I actually saw a PlayStation 5 in Walmart the other day for $800. Gaming used to be one of the most affordable hobbies. It used to be one of the most affordable hobbies. I don't know anymore, man. I don't know. Everything's getting so expensive, man. Inflation is out the bits right now, and all this AI stuff. Man, the tech industry is going to an area that I just don't agree with, man. I don't know. All I can do is tell you to brace for the storms. But hey, it looks like we have a brighter horizon for her Xbox. And so maybe we'll actually get to see the Xbox refrigerator too. I'm hoping for the best. Anyways, though, that's all I had to talk about. So, see ya.